All right, so today we're gonna go breaking down Jinx. Jinx is a character that's very hard to play if you want to master her, but she has a couple easy things that gets you started. She's the zoner, but in general, I would actually call her more of a trap character. She likes to put up things on the screen and then kind of play around them, rather than like straight up like Gal type zoning where you're kind of just like jumping back and shooting rockets and fireballs all over. She's not really a character like this. She's supposed to set up and then kind of go in or call you an assist and let them go in. She's a really fun character. Very, very creative. Very fun. I think she's very good right now too. But there's not really been many guides on Jinx, so I thought I'd start with Jinx outside of all the guides. Because I've been playing her a lot. She took me a long time to get good at. There's still things I don't know about her, a lot of them. But, you know, let's try. Let's try and see what we got. All right, so first off, she's a zoner. She has a ton of different special moves. I'm going to go through them all today. Starting off, probably the most notable thing about her, it's actually not when she's on the screen here. It's actually when you're your assistant. This thing. Her back assist is arguably the best assist in the entire game. And it's the most generic like beam assist, which is a very common fighting game thing. A lot of characters love this type of assist because you can call, assist, and then dash in behind it, right? Very, very strong. This move also stays out even if Jinx gets hit. Her other assist, which is the forward assist trap, is honestly one of the worst assists in the game, but it has some really cool use cases. But it's just a little bit slow. It's kind of hard to get her like to really play off it. At least the characters we have right now, since we only really have one zoner, we don't really have anyone else that zones with the trap assist. So generally, you're going to be calling this a lot. A lot of the time, you're going to be playing Jinx as a support. That doesn't mean she stays in the back and she just like never comes out unless you have to. She's in and out a lot though. So you do want to be like tagging a lot, because even when you have Jinx on point, one of her main strategies is obviously super plus tag, which you might have heard about, which is incredibly strong neutral and conversion. If you use double down, you can convert this into a combo. But even more than that, even outside of that, it's like, yeah, you can't call rocket assist when you're on the main character, right? But you can do this and then tag into Yasuo, right? Or you can call Yasuo and then shoot a late rocket. And then if they try to hit Yasuo, the rocket comes and saves you. A lot of things like that is like very staple for Jinx. So general partners I would recommend is anyone that takes good use out of the rocket assist. So think Vi, Echo, Yasuo, that type of character. Darius, of course. But a lot of characters can use this somewhat. Even slow characters can run behind it, you know? Right, so let's get into actually playing Jinx on point though, because that's the thing most people struggle with. Jinx moves a little bit faster if you do chain dashing forward versus just running forward. Not a lot, but enough to matter. I think this is about the fastest pacing if you want to dash forward, like dash, 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 dash. It's not spamming it max, but it's like dash, 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 dash. All right, same thing for backwards. This is very slow. If you wait a little bit, this is a much better pace. And then you can mix in, you can start dash dancing. You can cut your dashes short by crouching. You can, you know, right, like this is a pretty big backdash and then forward, but I can do this, right? You can get real nasty with it. And keep them guessing, because even though Jinx is slow, because she has the access to this, and she has access to that, and she has access to zoning if they let you go too far, she actually is much better at mid-range than you might think. So that's a little short thing about her movement. Another big thing about her movement is, as you said earlier, this is a bit advanced, but jumping is very good with her. Super jump is really good in this game. You can drift after jumping. If you hold down, you'll fall faster. If you don't hold anything or hold up, you float a little bit longer, as you can see here. Wee. This can do you down forward and backwards as well. Right? Like jump backwards, jump back. It's not the biggest difference for Jinx, but the drift is what makes it so good. And it's really hard to tell, oh, is she doing regular jump? Or is she super jumping? And see, like here, can't normally approach. Hits, right? Same thing, like jumping, like doing this and then jumping neutral and then slowly fading away like this. Very, very good. So yeah, super jump backwards, drift around all this stuff, very good. Dive kick is also very good because they can see that you're jumping backwards, and now you can like try to like stop yourself at them. It's just a good way to bait anti-airs too. Same thing with this move, like we talked earlier. It's another way to move. And again, if you super jump, you can actually choose how you drift here. One really big thing with Jinx though is that she does not have a cross up. The only thing that can hit cross up is basically this one if it's like the best spacing of all time, and generally also they have to like press a button, right? Dive kick can like pseudo hit back like this, but like for the most part act as if she does not have a cross up. This means you do not want to jump forward with her too much. If you do want to jump forward, using super jump drift is good because then you can kind of jump forward and then hold yourself back a little bit, right? So that you don't end up going too far. Because if you go too far, then you kind of just stuck there, and you just have to block until you get all the way down. Next thing is rocket jump on the ground. This one you can control, and this is kind of awkward to control. It took me a while to get this. I still think it's a little bit bugged too, because if you do back rocket and then like this, and then you try to rocket jump, it doesn't let you back jump for some reason. You can back jump a little bit, but you can't back jump fully. Very weird. So they might clean up the controls later if you're watching this at a later date. But yeah, basically the rocket jump is down forward, down, or down back, right? But then if you stop holding forward or back midway through, if I just tap it, see how I go a little bit? Tap, tap. And if I hold it, I go all the way. And I can also just straight down and don't go anywhere. This is really good because this lets you get the rocket very low. I think there's a magical rocket height here that actually gets you low enough to hit echo. Let's see if I can hit it. Yeah, like that. That's the lowest height. Your go-to thing in neutral is to get space. You do not want to be in this range unless you have traps or other projectiles or an assist to back you up. So when the round starts, I would say standard thing is to jump back. This starts your game plan, right? You get away, your opponent has to chase you, and now that you know they have to chase you, that's when you start adding the extra layers, right? Like, this is your rock. Everyone goes rock in the beginning, and then once they know that you're stopping, you can do this, you can do rocket, you can do standing medium. That's your paper. And then you do have her. She can also rush up. She has very good reward of throw. And she does have this move, which is one of the best moves in the game, actually, which is dash M. You just press dash, you hold forward, and you press 10. M. It does not come out if you just do dash and then neutral 5M. It has to be hold forward. And she gets a full combo of this. Right? So generally, let's start by building the blocks, right? You start by jumping back. You can threaten your opponent from approaching you with this button and jumping heavy. Jumping medium and jumping heavy are your go-tos here. She also has a dive kick, which we'll go through more later. Once you've started getting some space and you see that your opponent's further away, that's when you can start using rockets, for example. Now, rockets kind of land cancel, just like Falco Laser if you play like melee, for example. You can get them low enough to hit standing Yasuo, and this is like a good drill to do if you're new to Jinx. Like just jump, and then once you see her fall is when I would say that's when you should start inputting the rocket. You don't have to hit Yasuo every time. I don't hit Yasuo every time. They're good even though they're just covering the air. Like even just doing rising is good too, because in this game, just like Jinx, people jump a lot. So go-to strategy is jump up, jump back, shoot rocket. You can also choose to shoot rocket on the ground, as we said before. And then as you're shooting, call your assist. And if your assist hits them, or even blocks, then you can tag into them, right? That's a very easy go-to game plan. And then if your opponent's trying to approach you, then you press medium, then you press heavy. So using the dive kick. Universally with Jinx though, her super, this super, S2 super, is one of her big like iconic moves. You will be confirming this move a lot. It's one of the best supers in the game, if not the best super in the game. So just being ready when you hit them with a rocket, you can, much later than you might think, you can super on reaction. Same thing with this. You can aim this super up on the ground, or if you press nothing, then it goes horizontal. In the air, you can go horizontal, or if you can press down and it goes straight down. So just keep that in mind that from a lot of these moves, if you don't have an assist to convert off like this, then you might have to do like this and then super, right? Another really important jump tool is this move, down below, as we like to call it, which is down S2. So you can drift with this move if you super jump first. I actually did not know this. I thought you could just always do it. This explains so much. So if you super jump by pressing down and then up, and then you do it, then you can drift during this. If you don't, see, I'm holding back, I'm holding forward, it doesn't change anything. You just stay in place. Yeah, this move is really good, especially from super jump, because you can press a button falling on the way down. This is an amazing, like, anti-air. So if your opponent's on the ground, right, and they're trying to 2H you, you can jump and then shoot them, and they will bait out their jump in. It's pretty hard to convert off solo, but you can do it, right? Boom. Generally, medium is the best, and then you go 2H, 2H, something like this. And then just preemptively, this is just a good way to control like this horizontal angle. Kind of the Akuma fireball angle, if you will. Very strong, heavily recommend. And then once you learn the timing, if you super jump and then wait a little bit before you shoot the rocket down, then you can shoot another rocket right after. And this covers like 2 really good angles. And then when you combine them with assists, now you got a really big zoning party going on. So these are the way, like, faster ways you can contest people. You do this, you do this. You can also do minigun. I don't recommend this one. The one I would recommend sometimes is to do back minigun, but this tool is not too good. Also generally something you want to do because this is back S1. You only really get this one when you have an assist, otherwise you can't really convert. Even if they're jumping, it doesn't seem that consistent to convert off in my experience, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I would say this one, and your jumping normals, and your jumping minigun, and your crouching, standing rocket are the base tools you want to use with Jinx. Then once we've established that, then we get into the next layer, right? Now, what is the next layer? The next layer is your opponent is going to bum rush you. They're going to run all the way over here, and they're going to try to stop you from shooting shit, right? If you're jumping back, they're going to try to anti-air you or jump at you. So sometimes, instead of jumping back, you wait on the ground. You wait for your opponent, right, to jump at you. Because they're going to try to jump at you because you're doing this, right? So instead of jumping back, you just backdash instead, or wait, or backwalk, and then you 2H anti-air. Noteworthy is that Jinx 2H will whiff a lot if you're too close. So this can happen. In these scenarios, you want to use 4H. 4H is a really good anti-air. Doesn't reach quite as far forward as you can see, right? Like here, 2H would hit, but not 4H. But if you're close, it can even hit cross-up light, right? It's very good. And even if it whiffs, you know, sometimes you'll be safe. You can convert this too. If it counter hits, you can just like pick up with a medium, like this. But even a normal hit, you can actually shoot a rocket and then do a dash jump and then combo like this. You can also jump cancel this move actually, but I think that conversion is probably a little bit hard. It depends. Mess around with it in your games and see what you guys find most consistent. Right, so now we stop them from jumping. Next up, they will start dashing it, right? Because they're not gonna stop approaching you. They're not gonna be like, oh, I guess I couldn't jump. I guess I'll do nothing, right? No. Let's be real. People are gonna bum rush you. So how do you hold your ground as Jinx? If I know that Yasuo is going to run in and press medium, how do I stop them? Obviously, shooting ground projectiles is good. You can shoot the ground projectile, convert with super. You can use an assist to stop them and then combo from it. But one of the main buttons for Jinx to stop people from running in is actually the move that we mentioned earlier, Dash M. Dash M, even though it's an approach tool, can when they think you're going to go back like this, right? They're going to chase you further to try to catch you. If you dash in instead, if you mix them up, if you try to pretend to be backwards and then dash in, you can stop them before they actually got there, right? And then if they jumped over you, sometimes they go over. This is also good because dash M can more consistently do a full combo. It will whiff sometimes, like try doing dash M 2H for the best combo. If it is far, you're gonna have to do a simple combo, but we'll get into combos more later. This is still like more of a neutral game plan and stuff. So now that we know they're rushing in, another option you can do is you can do Minigun. This leaves you instead vulnerable to be jumped on, and if you just whiff this, you can't cancel it at all. You can decide how long you want to hold it. You can't change directions on whiff, but on block you can go up. So if you end up hitting a trap or an assist and you see them jump at you, you can actually save yourself by doing this. Right, so next up, we also have stand medium. Stand medium is really disjointed. Basically, all of this like electricity is completely hurtbox free. So you don't really need to like worry about beating moves. Like you also stand M here is like a very renowned button, right? Like if I press the light here, okay, well, it's not that good apparently. Okay, Twitter has gaslit me. This button sucks. Okay, it can win, right? But Jinx stand medium is a way better button than Yasuo, hitbox wise, right? You can see this, that like it's just gonna win. If it's out, it's gonna win. All right, you can whiff punish, you can do everything. So the problem is that you don't really get much. If you counter hit them, you can do from max range, you can do minigun. But from if it's not counter hit, if it's just like a hit, it can be pretty hard to stop them, especially if you're whiff punishing with it. So like this whiffs, you would have to do like this, which you can do if you're cracked, but it's gonna be, you know, that's like not early levels. That's when you're a goat. Even Zap here doesn't combo. But yeah, I would generally say that like keep in mind for when you get counter hit here, even if this is blocked, it's fine. So start by, if you think they're gonna run in, doing stand medium into minigun is a pretty good start. If you see that they're closer, then you can start doing like 5H with the minigun, or you can do 5H 2H even. 5M 2H. And obviously you can also just like keep running back, right? If you keep running back, you can make the whiff and then whiff punish with dash up. Right, so now that we got that part, now maybe they're gonna start giving you an opportunity to set up. This is how many layers it takes before you can use Jinx's traps. Jinx's traps, this one and the monkey. So from this point on, I'm gonna prefer down S1 as monkey and forward S1 or charge forward S1 as trap. That is what most other people refer to. I think the technical name is like Chomper. These tools are very good, but they're more tools that you do when you've convinced your opponent to not run in, or if you've hit them with something you can't convert. So like, let's say I hit this, I can't convert to anything. I'm gonna aim it up, shoot rocket, and then summon a trap, right? If I end my combo in S1, like this is a pretty common like go-to scenario, right? I can backdash here and then set up the traps while your opponent's still recovering from the super. These traps are maybe the hardest move in the game to use correctly, if I'm being honest. And why is that? It's because you can hit these. So if they just go normally, this is how it's gonna interact. If it gets even closer, it's gonna activate and then explode, and you can go combo from this. And with the monkey, it's the same thing. You can combo from this, but it's very slow, right? So what you can do is you can hit them. You can hit them with 5H, you hit them forward, and if you hit them into their face, they explode, right? You can jab them. You can shoot them with a rocket, and then like solo, I can't convert here, right? With monkey out, all of a sudden I can combo, right? Really, really important to know how to use the monkey, but I'm gonna save you guys some time. Do not try to use monkey in every single way possible. When you're starting out with Jinx, and this is what I've been doing too, keep your use cases for the monkeys and the traps to a minimum in terms of like, don't overuse them. Unless you know you have time, don't summon both because you don't need both most of the time, right? Start off by really simple sequences. Put up monkey, shoot rocket, right? Very good, very solid. If they block it, now they have something else. A really important thing to know is that your opponent can hit the monkeys. If you end up blocking like this, it can explode behind them. But if they actually hit them once they're active, they will just kill you, right? So try to be aware of the situations and take note of the situations like, okay, here I have to block, right? But if it's further forward, sometimes that's gonna happen, and then you can combo. Same thing with the trap. They can also hit the trap, right? It's gonna explode, but sometimes the trap will catch them. You know, it's very hard to like make up a one scenario, but like basically be aware that the traps can stay alive even though you block, and don't try to protect them with your life. You know, they're just projectiles. If you're scared they're gonna hit the monkey, let them hit it. You know, shoot a rocket. Use it like if I think they're gonna hit the monkey, I can super them, right? You can dash in medium for punish, right? There's a lot of different ways you can play around these, but the layer one is to summon them and then let your opponent rush you down, right? They're gonna rush you down because I summoned this, and then I stop them from rushing me down, right? With either a medium, either running away or shooting a rocket. Now we have the extra layer, right? What do I do now that I know my opponent is not close to me and gonna run in on me? This is the next layer. Now you can start sending it over there with rocket, as we said before. You can start throwing both if you really have time. You can start doing 5H, which sends it over faster. I like doing a jab just to like make them think about it more. Move the space a little bit without being too much in lag. Also remember, when you hit them, you can also hit them again, right? You can do 5H and then shoot them. I would recommend just jabbing it to start with, just to make them see how it reacts. And then jab rocket you can do. You can also do, obviously, jab summon trap. You can do jab rocket jump, which is down as 2. No, you can, yeah, like that. You can do jab zap. And that combos perfectly. A lot of these different things, right? But the main thing I would tell you is learn one horizontal button. So like this, and then you can shoot rocket after it. Or 5H. Like this. This is the go-to sequence in my opinion. If you know they're going to be horizontal. If you think they're going to jump, then you want to 2H them. Right? A lot of people in this scenario, they're going to see this and be like, okay, bet I'm going to jump. Right, so in this scenario, they're going to jump. So just do nothing, right? Remember? Or we do jab, and then during the jab, at any point you can anti-air them with 2H. Right? A lot of people jump against this, and it's because that if they jump it, they're generally going to destroy it. So then, instead, you can be quick, and you can try to anti-air them with a 4H, with a 2H. And if you're super early, sometimes even the monkey will hit them. Right? But that's generally not what I would say. Tick 4H is probably the best one for that because it just explodes them super quick. See, I'm learning things too. But, okay, so now we stop them from jumping, right? What do we do next? Well, now we can start using rocket to pull up behind. So we can start approaching. We can do jab or 5M. 5M electrocutes the monkey, which means that it has longer block and hit stun after this. See how long that keeps them stunned. Zap also does this, which is the resource, right? We'll go more into Zap later, like advanced use cases. So rocket into Zap is good. If you think This is also stops them from running up on you. 5M is very good. You can also cancel 5M to 2H, right? So if they jump on you during the 5M, you can always jump. So you can do this and then run in. You can, but then there's also the other layer, which is, in my opinion, probably the last layer we're going to go over with Rocket, which is that you 2H it preemptively just to move. This is my favorite sequence right now, which is that you do Monkey, 2H, right? Then you don't have to jump cancel. You can 2H and then Rocket, and this covers both screens, like both high and low. So if they run in, they have to block. If they don't, they don't. You can then, after you have the monkey out, if you press down S1 again, you will move it. I don't think this is very useful. You don't have to worry about this too much. But there are scenarios where you could use it. You could like pull it down there, whatever. Now for the trap, I would say don't use launch trap. This trap is not good. So the trap is a bit harder for them to hit when they run up, right? But it doesn't cover as much screen space. It doesn't cover this horizontal part. So that's really the difference between them. The best way to hit this one, a lot of people do 2M, like this. You don't have to do both hits, but if you only do one hit, it doesn't go very far. So instead you can do one hit of 2M and then 5H, and then maybe combine it with a rocket, and now suddenly you got some sauce going, right? Or you can do 2M, 5H, summon monkey, boom, 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 boom. Like, there's so many layers. I have no idea how deep the rabbit hole goes, but, you know. I think this is a very good sequence as well. You pull up the minigun, pull up trap, and you minigun, and then after minigun, you can shoot rocket. You can also choose to aim the minigun up here because you make contact with something, which can kind of lob it over some things. Like this can go over wind wall. And you can also do like shoot the minigun and then cancel into rocket or zap. This is a good way to get it over. It also kind of protects them from protects you from running in. As we said, you can back shoot it. Actually, you can't shoot this one. You can only shoot monkey like this. But I would say one of the best ways if you want to pull up with trap is to do down rocket. Down rocket like this lets you pull up, and you can act in the air here. You can hit it again if you want. Right? Or you can jump away and then zone with it. Lots of different layers. But I would say trap if you know they're gonna go in. Monkey if you're trying to like hit it in different ways. If you're trying to jump behind it, stuff like that. So that's like the basics of traps. There's way more layers. You'll learn more. We're gonna go through using them on OKI later. But these are the basic game plans with Jinx, I would say. We've gone through how to start playing neutral, but jump back. We've gone through movement. Generally, you want to be moving backwards. And then the rare pull up, right? So next up, before we go any further, let's talk Jinx combo structure, because this is the thing that really shook me to my core. There was like a week where I just did not know how to do Jinx B&Bs, how to structure the B&Bs at all. So I'm going to get you guys started because right now I don't see any great research on it. I'm not going to go all the way. There's some crazy double monkey setups. The standard thing is the most important thing to know. So let's go through a couple basic combo routes. The basic two hits you get with Jinx is running M. This is probably the most common hit actually. Running M into 5H. So, and then minigun and then rocket, right? You can also aim the minigun up. This is a little bit better. And then rocket like this. If you have super, you can do this and then do minigun super. You can also do the regular super from minigun just like this. This one leads them further away, but the rocket one does more damage and generally has a little bit better OKI, but they are a little bit high, so it's a little iffy. You can also convert with assist from this. So if you have an assist, you can do minigun, call an assist, and then dash in medium, stuff like this. Or you can obviously tag. So minigun, call assist, and then you can tag before, and then do a full combo with your other character. This is the basic confirm. This is not your best confirm. The best confirm is generally when you're able to go to 2H. But it's really important, I think, when you're starting out with the character especially, to remember that the best combo is not the most common combo. Jinx just does not get her max damage combos all the time, right? So start off by converting the hits that you do get into this. Basically, anytime you do 5H, your default should not be to do 2H. It should be to do Minigun, right? And then you can also even convert this one. So you do Minigun, let it rock, you shoot Zap, you do dash and medium, and then you do this BMB. This is her most standard ender, which is that you do 2H, jumping heavy. You can sometimes add a medium here. Then J2H, here, the dive kick. And then after the dive kick, you have a couple ways to continue or end it. If the combo is already long, you want to do charge, jumping heavy, which knocks them down. Then you can do down S2 super. You can also do the jump super, but you have to backdash before this. Like this. This is also the situation you get from tag launcher. Jumping heavy, dive kick, charge S2, charge JH, and then super with the other super. So learning this BMB is the most important thing because you will get this one for all your scale confirms. When you get a full combo into gun and then into zap, you cannot do the longest combo ever. You do have to like end it pretty early. So just keep that in mind and focus on learning those combos first, and then we'll get to the party starters later. What are the other ways to continue this combo? So after this, you can also land and do tag launcher, for example. You can do like either 2M tag launcher. If the combo is really scaled, you have to do something advanced, which is 2M one hit, and then 2H, and then tag launcher. It looks like this. This works even when the combo is very scaled, of a throw and such. Hard, but you know, it's a little iffy. You also have like different ways to extend the combo. You can try these couple different routes out. You can do that if you want to limit strike them, which gives you extra meter and burst by doing the J2H again. You can also do jumping heavy, non-charge, where you time it late. Back heavy, charge rocket. Sorry, not charge rocket, regular rocket, and then jumping charge heavy. This one also works. I generally don't go for these that much. I try to tag launcher a lot of the time because ending it in the Yasuo combos is better. So what I do generally is just like, if I go into the J2H here, I will just either end it like this if I don't want Oki, or I will set up a trap or like go into Oki offense. You can also just end it with double J2H like this, J2H again. This gives you limit strike. And if you whiff a jab after you land and you then dash, you will chase the roll automatically, which is a very nice setup. Right, what are other important combos to do? So if you hit them OTG for some reason, so from an overhead, 3H is their overhead. It's pretty okay overhead because you can add a lot of layers, but it's very punishable. You can't cancel this one on block outside of supers, and none of which is safe. So keep that in mind. Don't overuse this move, even though it's probably going to hit a lot at lower levels. But if you hit the overhead, you can do down rocket, and then you can do minigun and then shoot. And because it's such a short combo, you can actually super here as well, if you delay the super a little bit. That's like her solo combo. If you have assist, obviously you can do more, but you can't actually like combo this into anything like insane by design. They want Jinx to be shorter, but like if you have another character like Yasuo, you can do like a long combo like this. All right, so next up we have the throw combo. The throw combo, you can actually do the same one to start off with. But this one does not combo to the rocket sometimes if you do full minigun. You have to do like shorter minigun here, and you can't super after this one. I believe you can actually level 3 here, but that's the only thing you can do. Sometimes I think this works, but it's like hard. Yeah, don't go for that one. If you want to do that super, just do this super instead of the rocket. Yeah, it works. Okay. A lot of damage from throw. You also have a advanced throw combo from mid-screen, but this is probably the hardest combo she has to consistently do. You do forward throw, you super jump, shoot rocket, rocket here. That's the most consistent mid-screen version. And then you dash jump after this, and then you do JH, J2H, JH. But as you can see, it's pretty hard. And make sure you super jump here first. That was what was killing me. And Arc World Tour winner Red Ditto did not realize he had the super jump here, so I had to tell him. This is the ender you would do. Very high damage for a mid-screen throw. In the corner, you can make this easier. You don't need the super jump. You can just hold up forward and then do down rocket. I actually think, now that I think about it, it's actually easier, I think, if you press medium. Yeah, medium's easier, because then you don't even have to super jump. You can just hold up forward. And then you end it the same way. Very, very good. And you can even use the more advanced extension I talked about later. Oops. You can do medium like this and then tag launcher. Or you can even end it in double super, which is like this. You do medium one and then super. You wait a little bit, you super again. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, how you get like 600 damage with 2 meters from a throw, which is insane. There's even more stuff you can do, but before I go on to other things, let's talk about air throw. So Jinx 2H and 4H are very good anti-airs, and you can also stop people from jumping at you with doing like jumping light, which is a very fast duration, like jump, like this. And you can do jumping medium, jumping heavy, like this. Generally, I recommend just going for easy stuff, going to dive kick here, right? And then you can kind of just end it like this. And this is already like a lot of damage, like 350, no super. But another thing that's really important in this game is air throws. Air throws are really good because sometimes they're gonna jump in and then block. And getting good at jumping in air throws is very important. This is just like the throw where you don't get a long combo. This is one actually has more scaling. So this is why I told you the like overhead and the other throw combo, the easy one. So this is all you get solo. With assist, sometimes you can get more, but even with assist, it's a struggle. If you want a complicated ass idea, I can show you guys. This one's like really tight. Just as an example of what you would do, you would call the assist generally right before or when you hit the rocket. And then for me, I need a super specific timing to make this actually hit. And then I would do something like this. There's even more stuff I can do. I can extend the combo again by showing you also, but I'm not going to show you guys that. It's going to be a combo video at that point. So now we know air throw, 2H, 4H, air to airs. You can also, for air to airs, the easiest conversion, especially if you're jumping back. See here, like if you're jumping back, you can't convert like this, right? But you can do minigun. This is not always going to connect on normal hits, but it will basically always connect if it's on counter hit. Because on counter hit, they have longer hit stun if they get hit in the air. So if they're jumping up, try to hit you. This is very consistent, right? Actually, blockstrings. Okay, so how do we run offos on this character? Well, first off, you can cancel 6H from anything, even 5H, not 2H. That's the only one. Your main ender is this, and that. After you've done the horizontal ones, you can also shoot rocket like this. And you can also charge this one. You can also zap. That's basically it for the main block strings. You know, rocket jump plus assist is pretty good. You can cross them up here if you got them sitting duck. Like this, or like that. Another fun way to run Blockstrings is by basically not going too far. So first off, let's learn the frame data on her moves, right? 5H, minus 11. 2H, minus 13. 5M, minus 6. Jab, 0. 2L, minus 2. So she also has this normal. This slide normal is very good because it low profiles. It can actually make certain medium swift. Yeah, see? It actually can go under this move, right? But that's not the main use, I would say. I think using this in neutral is fun, but it's generally not a neutral move. This is a blockstring move. Why? Because this is another low, and it goes pretty far. So if your opponent's trying to retreating guard, you can punish it with this, right? And then go into a full combo. But it's pretty minus on block, right? If they don't retreating guard this, you are minus 9, right? That's pretty minus. That's almost as much as a heavy. So what do? Do you just want to cancel like this? You can do, obviously you can do 3L, wait for her to go a little bit. And then if they mash, you can do a jab or a medium to frame trap them, right? Nice little way to stay close and then frame trap them. So learning this time is very, very important. But what you can also do is you can do 3L, and because if you haven't done 2L or 5L yet, you can do 3L, 5L like this. This is an incredibly good frame trap. Because you can do 5L, 3L, 2L like this. See? And notice something, that this leaves me very close. So if they actually start respecting you because, you know, you're blocking, then you can start doing like this and whiff it and then run up throw, or block it and then do run up throw, or do another one and then do it again. You know, like you get a lot of creativity out of once you start rebeating into lights like this. And then obviously when they finally get tired of your shit, then you press them with the medium. Very, very good move, especially on Oki. So Oki. So the Oki from her standard combo ender is the one we're gonna go in for the most. And this ender is also the ender you go into from this, and also when you tag launcher her in, right? Now, there's 2 setups I would generally recommend, or well, 3. So there's throw chomper over their head, and I'm gonna save state this just to display it. So no, okay. So you can throw chomper forward. This is the mid screen setup you want to do. If you then throw this and then dash, it will turn around to where they're facing. So if they dash behind you, you can throw and then do a combo, right? If they go backwards, if they go back, then they have to block the chomper, right? And if they just stand up in place, if they go behind, then you now are plus 13, right? And if you should do the dash always. And then if you want to block get up attack, then you go for that later. So you can block later and then like that. The good thing is the trap is going to come in from behind you. So you can block string them into the trap and then use that trap. You can do a pretty cool setup with this where you do this and then as the trap comes, you jump over them with rocket jump. I just thought of this, but it should be good. Or you can just run up and throw them again. This is the best mid-screen setup. So you do monkey and then you dash, right? Monkey is also good mid-screen. So what you can do with monkey is that you can chase the rolls. So if they tech backwards, it will go back. If you tech forward, they will go the other way, right? So what you have to do is you have to press dash twice here. And if I call this the Mario Kart double dash. If you press dash twice, you will realign yourself. And you'll be able to cancel. chase both. Now, this is really, really good. It's quite hard to chase both, but the reason why this is good is that if they choose to take in place, then they have the monkey's gonna come after them, right? Right? And so you can use this monkey for a lot of different things. You can hit it, it will explode. Once you notice that they're like taking in place, you can throw behind it, and if, you know, if they try to throw tech, then the monkey will still be there. That's a pretty cool thing. Put them to throw tech. Double dash. Oh. Pretty sure you should be able to push them out of this. Yeah. So see, the monkey's gonna be there. If they jump, then they're still gonna have to deal with the monkey on the way down, right? And this is even better in corner. Right? So this one, they can't really avoid. It doesn't activate right away, but that's nice. I guess that means you can throw, right? If they jump instead, they still have to block it. So let's record that real quick. See? So you're still safe. Very, very nice. And this is the juicer. This is the juicer. If they back roll out of the corner, because they're like, wow, there's a monkey on me. I want to get out. I want to get the fuck out. You can punish them with a forward throw, obviously. And if you want, this one you don't have to Mario Kart double dash. You can just actually, just like walk back and throw a no-reaction pretty easily, which is probably what I would recommend doing in the corner for the next thing I need. But anyway. So I would probably just do something like that if you want to keep it simple. Still good damage, but not the craziest. But you can get even more if you end up throwing them, if they end up rolling back, which you can still punish even in the corner, or if you just do nothing. Guys, when the monkey's here, just do your standard B&B. And then you shoot the rocket down like this, and then you do that. You skip the jumping heavy. That's way more consistent and almost the same damage. But if you're sick nasty with it, if you want to style on people, there is this option. Let's talk Zap, because that's probably a very important mechanic. Zap is an interesting mechanic. This is her gun here. Let me turn off, or let's move the inputs real quick. So Zap is the gun you see here charging up. It charges up slowly. As far as I can tell, it doesn't go up faster for any reason. It just goes up. However, did you guys know this? If I call my assist, it's already been charging. Cache Vega from the chat, checked this earlier, and about 4 assists is enough to charge it completely. Or almost completely. So, see? Good thing to know. Anyway, that's largely irrelevant. Generally, you're not always going to have Zap, but it's there more often than you might think. It's your strongest zoning tool because it beats other projectiles. And you can actually cancel into it from a couple options. And it lets you convert from things. So just for example, I'm going to show infinite Zap. This just means I can do it over and over again. Let me swap places. Okay. So if you hit someone with a rocket, you can cancel the Zap. This will also catch people from jumping when you do Blockstring, right? Like that. This is a very, very strong tool, and it's limited for a reason, because when you hit it, you can dash up and do medium and then combo, right? Can't do that here. And it also lets you convert from this, right? You can even react here, because a lot of the time, you're going to be able to tell if it's going to convert. To combo this one, though, you have to do a double dash here. Just dashing a medium is generally not enough. Like, that can work, but it's a little hard. the best way to do this is by dash, and then you dash again, and then on the second dash you get a little bit more momentum, and then you do it. This is actually something I need to practice myself. Yeah, like that. That gets you a little bit faster. Neat thing about her S1 Super, the fireworks one, is, as I said earlier, you can... her S1 Super is pretty interesting because if you do it on whiff, it will come down later. Right? Now, it's a really weird situation on hit that a lot of people struggle with, and this is a good way to like kill some noobs. You know, like if you're just starting out, a lot of people don't know what to do. So let's say I end a combo in this, right? A lot of people do trap here, so they do monkey then trap. The problem is that if they vortex, see, they go the wrong way. So what you can do here is you do monkey, then you run forward, and then you press then medium. If the monkey is out and you cross it up, it will turn around, but only if you zap it. So if you press medium or if you do the zap. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. I would also generally say that when you end in this super, so let's say we do this ender a little bit further away, you do trap first. My go-to response was always, oh, yeah, I'm just gonna do the fucking, I'm just gonna do monkey first. But do trap first, because the trap comes back, right? Like it covers that space. And if you do the monkey first, it's gonna go too far and too easy to get over. You can also just, when you're done with this, like especially if you're a little bit closer, just backdash and jump away. This is honestly what I would recommend with. Just get away and like get horizontal again, and then maybe here set up. But if you really do want to catch your opponent sleeping, try going here with a 2H or a 4H. You set one trap, and then you 4H them like that. See how that can hit even cross up? That's why it's so good to do 4H versus 2H. If you 2H, a lot of the time that's going to whiff. It's going to go the wrong way. And then obviously the next level is you can also air throw them as they attack. That's that Oki. Generally, if you hit this one in neutral, you have a little bit of time, but not a lot. So don't try to do too much. Maybe do a rocket, and if you think they're going to respect it, then pull a monkey. Let's go over her level 3. Her level 3 is very interesting. I think it's quite poorly designed, but it's very strong at the same time. So her level 3 summons a massive nuke, a truth nuke, as some people would say. And it explodes and it does a shit ton of damage. If you block this, this is also safe. It's very annoying. Right? I'm minus 36 here. So after they block this, they can actually go for an overhead for a low mix-up. Like I'm going to show you. And they can't see shit. They can't see shit. It's pretty funny, but yeah, it's a little good. This is a slow level 3 because what happens is that it comes in at the top of the screen and then it goes down. That's why you can combo it from this, where that super doesn't combo, right? You can still do level 3. I hope so. I like doing it. The complete... Yeah, so the reason why this works is because it spawns the top, right? So normally it's really hard to punish this one, but you can do it if you super jump forward. All right, you can punish it like this because you can avoid it. But if you're cornered, sorry, if they're cornered like that, I cannot punish this in any way that I know. Right? I can't avoid it. The best thing to do is just like jump, I guess. There's just a ton of chip as well. Parrying it is not viable because it's like there's a gap in it for some reason. Yeah, it's like really hard. It's possible to like parry this, but a lot of time that happens. Oh, you didn't see shit. You did not see fucking shit, chat room. You didn't see a single fucking thing. You didn't see anything. Let's bury this shit 2 hours in. Yeah, but it's hard to punish, and you need really specific responses. If you're like a little bit further away, then it's just straight up unpunishable. So it's a good move to throw out when you think something's gonna hit. But the reason it's so fast that you can actually combo it from a lot of things you might not think. Rocket hit. Combo. Rocket hit on the ground. Combo. Yes, we do have to watch this entire animation every time. I think you can minigun into it. Yep, like it combos from like everything, so it's very, very powerful to have. Advanced zap thing. You can cancel zap. You can cancel the startup of minigun into zap. So you see here, she starts minigun and then boop. Why is this useful? Well, something a lot of people will do is that if you play Jinx, if you just do this, like the automated block string, right? So if they just do this, this is like a good standard block string, but at higher levels, you start seeing people parry this, and they get a lot of meter from parrying this, because this is you have to stand parry it, which is what I fucked up there. They get a lot of meter here, and some characters like Yasuo can even like super here and stuff like that. And interrupt you, right? So what do you do here? Well, if you mix up with starting the minigun and then shooting this instead, if I just mash parry here, I get baited, and now that's a full combo. You can also, if they're baiting your, this is another thing we didn't go over, which is also good for timing mix-ups, which is that you can shoot this rocket, but if you charge it, it goes further and then faster, right? This isn't that useful, and that's why I don't mention it early. But specifically, this can be nice because if they're gonna parry you, they're gonna parry this, and now I'm minus 25, right? That's not good. That's not good at all. But if I charge it, now I get a combo. Just another way, you can also do rocket jump like this. Rocket jump as an ender is pretty good because you can get out, right? Boop! And then just run away again, right? Don't, in general with Jinx, don't try to push it too far. You're not trying to do like this, right? Like, see how laggy that ender is on the 5 age? Once you've gone into 5 age, it should be your goal generally, especially if you don't have zap, to just kind of get out of there, right? If you do this and then you go back to playing neutral, or you try, you know, this is generally better than trying to like somehow do this and then condition them to be able to run it again. That's not really gonna happen. So start off by playing and doing this, maybe do this, wait for your assist. Now you can go in again, right? And then tag your other character. You can also obviously zap it before. Oh my god, I'm going crazy again, right? But this is one of the better sequences as well. 5M, 2H, rocket. And this usually combos if they actually get a hit. And even on block, this like, you know, keeps them busy. They can't like jump back after this. But it doesn't make them block everything. You have to like do extra stuff for that. So this is still more zoning. But if you 2H it and then jump behind it, this is a really good way to get some mix-ups going and some offense going. So this is my favorite sequence right now, which is like summon monkey, 2H, then you do jumping light here in the air, and then you do JH. The reason you do jumping light here is because if you don't do that, your JH would just win. Most of the time. Okay, maybe not. Okay, that's how it usually goes. But apparently, you can like time it as early as possible and possible for it to hit. This is really good because this move right here That hits cross up. Yup. And then you can also stay same side by doing the dive kick. Or doing rocket and then dive kick, like this, right? Or 5 then dive kick. The possibilities for this character are honestly endless. You can do this, like this so much. But I would say stick early on to using rocket 2H, like this, right? You can do the light if you want to put it even further. So let's say you're over here. And if you want to go even further beyond, there's actually like a sequence, I think, where you can like hit it with medium too. Maybe I'm tripping. But I would say this, like if you wanted to go even further, you instead do 5M on the ground. And then you do either light, heavy, or just heavy. Like that. And that is hella block stun. Plus 24, as you saw there. Plus 20, regular. Yeah, very good to pull up. But I would say don't overuse this one. It looks very inviting. Oh, I just get to pull up for free. But if you do this improperly, you can actually get hit pretty consistently. Like, obviously, if you time it like that, it's gonna win. But if you're just doing it without paying attention to timing, that's gonna happen a lot. Right. So the other option we have is jumping neutral, which is also pretty good. So you can do this, and then you can do blah blah blah. You can also jump backwards. I think jumping backwards is actually a really good play, and this is something I really recommend because this lets you jump back, which lets you block, and then lets you shoot a rocket. And then once you're over here, you can throw the trap, you can throw more zoning, maybe your assist is back, you can raw tag, like all this stuff, right? Funny thing, traps and monkeys, right? So traps can be hit with your assist character. So mess around and find a good one. I have a really strong one that I found, but I know there's more stuff you can find, which is that I set monkey, trap, right? Monkey, trap like normal. Call wind wall. And then if you're real slick about it, you tag the second she starts summoning the trap. So instead of doing that and then then tagging, you do kind of like this, where you do that. Like this, right? And then I stab it. Sorry. I stab it like this, and all my projectiles just go flying full screen in a really funny way. This one's very good. Big fan. And you think that trap is gone, but it's still here. There's a lot of different things you can do. One of my favorites is just doing like trap and then tagging, and then this one actually has a hitbox the entire time, by the way. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I hope it is, because it's really fucking funny. It's pretty useful too. Like way more useful than you might think. Wait. Is hitbox? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's really funny. There's tons of different stuff like this that you can do. And remember, you can also do it while Jinx is an assist. So call Jinx is an assist. Hit them into it. There's infinite number of ways. So mess around with your kit. Yeah, other characters cannot 2H into jump cancel like Jinx can. Very weird little interaction. I don't know if that's a bug. I hope it is. What the fuck do we do then as a party starter? The party starter, as I like to call it, is when you hit them with 2H. 2H can also be an anti-air, of course. These combos are pretty hard, so don't start out with this for the party starters, but I'll go through what I think is the most practical version you can do. Dash to M, right? Then you wait, you hold upwards, you jump cancel. You wait, and then you do down rocket, like this. You see I'm dropping it. Then you do regular rocket after that. Right, this is the start. Then you hold forward, so you walk a little bit. Then you do back heavy, so you have to go back again. The timing's not as tight as you think for this one. It's just awkward. Then you shoot a rocket, and then you jump, you dash, then you super jump. Yeah, and make sure you hold like during the rocket jump here, the mistake I was doing, so I wasn't holding forward yet, which meant that I wasn't drifting enough. And then you do the same ender as normal. Super jump JH, J2H, and then falling JH. That's like the party starter combo that I would do. You can get it from a couple of hits. You can also get it from raw zap. But it is harder for raw zap because you've already used some more of your hit stun, I think. I would say that trade this one out for a different ender. So like this one can work in the corner, but it's a little bit harder because they go really high. If you're starting to hit the corner, for this, instead of the back heavy, do jump heavy like this. This one's harder mid-screen because you can go under them sometimes. But if you're already in the corner, then this is what I would do instead. You do one loop of jump, delay, shoot heavy. And then you wait, and then you jump, and then you try to get that height. And it's a little tricky. So you generally have to wait before you actually jump here too. And then you get the height. And you can still do this ender. So that's already a lot, but that's the party route I would do. Then you can assemble assist, you can tag launcher, you know. My best combo generally with Jinx probably goes something like this. In theory, best combo. 2M, 2H, tag launcher, tag Yasuo, and then I do super. Right? That's probably the best combo I do on an average basis when you don't have assist ready. Which is going to get very character specific when you're in that area. There's also 2 advanced ways and 1 basic way to confirm from Minigun. So if you hit Minigun here, aim it up, shoot rocket, and you can convert like this. This is a little icky. You can also do... this is a little icky, but it can work. So mess around with this. This is a very, very important hit. You can also do rocket here, and then do dash M. This is probably the easier one. I don't see people go for this one for some reason. Yeah, it works at like all ranges very consistently. I think, yeah, if you're absolute max space, it might not work. Nope, still works. Okay, never mind. I'm the GOAT. There's like, you charge rocket here and then 2H if you're like sweet with it. Then there are a very advanced one. If you're far spaced, you can both do this version, far spaced, and then at the exact time the last bullet leaves, which I believe is 14 here. Yeah, 14. You can jump and do GH. Like that. And then combo from this. But this does not work if you're too close. So this has to be when it's far. And it also does not work if you started with a light, I think. So it's like very specific. Very, very specific. But it's there. And it's worth going for sometimes. Like that. See? I got a full combo. In a situation I got nothing for before. There's another advanced version where you instead aim it up, and when the last bullet leaves and you push them far away enough, you do this. Also very hard. Also possible. Trick to this one is basically push them away with the minigun, then aim it up so that it barely doesn't do this whiff. If you're too far away, you aim it up, this will whiff, right? So basically push to the edge where it barely doesn't whiff, and then rocket jump right after the last bullet leaves. And then you do this, and then I would just end it like in a very easy combo here. Like, yeah, I would do something like this. So if your opponent is throwing you with Jinx or if they're just like jumping at you. It's very good to know that like mid-screen, this can be pretty hard to punish because of this, right? Take advantage of the fact that throws are counter hit recovery. So you're plus 20 here, which means you can actually run up and do dash M like that. This is only on throw whiff or if you know that it's going to counter it early. Right? And it's not super consistent in terms of like, oh, you always get it. It's like you have to be fast and you can do that. It's actually also another advanced technique that I think I'm the only one that knows. So if you super jump and you hold down live tech reveal, you can get a lower height rocket. It's a little bit easier to get the lower height rocket because you're falling faster, right? So like it just happens to work out that you're a little bit better at getting the lowest height rocket. And you can get like a tiny bit lower. Okay, I think that's basically it.